Ladies and gentlemen, there is a cat crying because she wants my attention. And I have seen Hereditary. I know this is kind of a late watch for this, but all of my friends out there in film review land have been talking about this movie, and they all, oh, this movie's so wonderful, this movie's so wonderful. And now I've watched the movie and I really want to just smack them, because there's so much they didn't talk about that is both great and bad about this film. Now, this is a film, Hereditary is about a film, essentially about a mother who has a special needs daughter, has recently lost her own very eccentric, bizarre mother, and she is trying to hold it together. This is what we call a family of tragedy. It's like My Family, where you've got people have tried to commit suicide and in some cases been successful. People suffer from severe mental illness and so on and so forth. And that's the premise of this film. Now, I will have to say that if you are a casual movie watcher, you are not the kind of person that sits there and thinks about movies. This is not a popcorn movie. This is not for you. This is a slow movie. And, no matter how artistic a film is, no matter how wonderful a film is, that cat will not stop crying, and slow movies are still slow movies. And people will say, yes, Alien is a slow movie, and it's one of the greatest horror movies ever made. Yes, but this movie really drags. I think it started out being a movie that was trying to bash marijuana use, because bad things happen when people use marijuana in this film. And then it turns into something just completely weird and out there. And a lot of people have compared it to The Witch. I don't think that's a fair comparison, although you kind of seem to have the same forces at play, which are that of mental illness and, being broken down and so on and so forth. But from a stylistic standpoint, this is a very different film. Now, what do I mean by that? First of all, the most prominent instrument in the use of this film is the violin. There is a lot of music, and a lot of the emotion is given to you through music. Cat is at the door. It is a very musical film, and this music is harsh and foreboding, and that's what sets a lot of it for you. And further along, they're using a camera technique. The main character, the mother, she builds these models. She is an artist. So she builds these models, and the camera techniques are designed, if you look at the background, a lot of the times it looks like you're looking at a model. You're not. You're looking at reality, and you're looking at that reality through a certain angle that makes it look like a model, that decreases the details and gives you that idea of you're looking at something very small. And that is I know that camera technique exists. I don't know how to do it myself, but I do know it's out there, and it's very prevalent in this film. Another thing that's prevalent in this film is the context of close focus. Excuse me. And what do I mean by that? I mean where the subject is clear and the background is blurry, as if you're looking at something very small close up. So you have that focal difference. And this was something, it was in, I think, Gnomeo and Juliet is probably where the influence for this came from. I have not seen that movie, but I know the technique was used. And yes, it's giving you the idea that these people are small, insignificant, and they're being played with. And that is that's the part I want to smack people, say, why didn't you notice this? Why aren't you're supposed to be such brilliant reviewers, why didn't you say this? And then, so there's that as a stylistic and artistic technique. And then the other thing about this movie is, I don't know is the actor's name, I'm kind of in a rush to get this out, but the son character, who, if you look at him, he has dark hair, dark eyes, and even dark skin. The mother, the father, and the daughter, and possibly even the grandmother, all have blue eyes. Where did he come from? I think that's intentional, as they're kind of trying to say that maybe she was artificially inseminated, or something of that. But I mean, he looks wrong to you because he is wrong to you, because he shouldn't be in this family, because he is obviously not the genetic descendants of these people. Just from a physical standpoint, he is in no way, it's not even possible. I don't even think he could be that woman's kid, let alone the father's. So there's a thing, and it's never said that he's adopted, and it's never said that like maybe he's a remnant of a previous marriage or something like that. So it's a technique designed to make it look wrong for you. And again, this is one of those movies, even in the trailers for this film, they sent you in one direction and then they move you in another. I love that. This is a great movie. Watch the trailer before you see it. It enhances seeing it. However, do not watch spoiler reviews because it's going to ruin the movie for you. This is one of those movies where if you know what's going to happen, it's just going to spoil it. But yes, there are a lot of things that are actually rather wrong with this movie. And I could pick this whole thing apart and say, well, there's that there, or do we need this scene, and things like that. But all in all, if you're a horror movie fan, you're going to see this anyway. If you're an artsy person and you like camera techniques and sound design and all the things that go into making a film, you're going to watch this movie anyway. If you're the kind of person who wants to sit down, shut up, eat some popcorn, and not think about the world for a while, this is not the movie for you. Okay, it's not that kind of a movie. Anyway, that is just my opinion, and my opinion is one amongst many. So I'd love to hear your opinion down in the comments below. I am Richard Leland Neal.